Greetings, people of the world! Matthew back with you here at Novora Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Eternal Sonata. So, last time we continued to make our way through the catacombs here beneath the Mandolin Church, and we have now reached the last save point here, which means we know what's going to happen next. So, let's make our way inside to see what lurks within. Because, yeah, we pretty much know what's coming up next.
There it is. It looks like that's our ghost.
Oh, yeah, it certainly looks like a ghost, alright. Very imposing figure, isn't it? Floating, mist coming out from underneath it, it's holding fire in its hands.
What? That's it? If it's not a ghost, then it's no problem at all.
Oh, you're not convinced? Well, how about the glowing red eyes? Those should convince you. Time for our next boss duel.
I'm ready to go. All I have to do is let loose.
And away we go! Yeah, this thing moves fast. In fact, it's kind of pretty much putting a delay on its attacks and catching me off guard as a result. Right. Get yourself a bit of distance there, Beat. Alright, and then Viola will obviously have to heal this turn to protect March. Ow! And then... oh, hold in! Yeah, it's a boss. What were you expecting, March? That is not what I wanted to have happen, and already I am down to having no more angel trumpets. Heal arrow, please. Oh, it happened again! And, yep. We're down to 2. This can be wholly attributed to selfish decision-making. The fact that this thing went solely after March, the only melee attacker that I'm using, and I choose to make such a foolish decision against an enemy that I am not well versed in. I pretty much am getting what I deserve. So our trio is down to 2-0.
Take that. Heal arrow.
If I get game over here, I will feel very embarrassed. Oh no! Yeah, I really got myself in a whole crap of danger. Heal arrow, please.
There, how's that?
Yeah, anticipate it this time. Of course, no way to defend against that attack. Of course, front facing. And Viola has a status affliction against her.
Kinda prickly, huh?
Take that.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna have to use heal arrow again. No choice.
There, how's that?
Yeah, not doing it twice. Alright, this time I can attack it from the side. But Viola's still in a world of hurt. Defended that time. Alright, Viola, get away. Get away now.
Here.
Oh, leave her alone! And that'll be twice the damage.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, right now my mind is not even remotely close to where it needs to be. Because of the fact that this thing decided it wants to keep picking on March and wasn't going to stop until she was dead. For good. Yeah, poor planning, selfish decision-making, all leading to a very difficult boss duel.
Good going.
I mean, I don't even know how close I am to beating this thing yet. Because it's just running a rough shot right through me. Well, at least I didn't go after Viola, but still. Alright. Draw your bow. And it's front blocking. Get some distance there, Beat. And he does not turn around. Yeah, that pretty much summarizes this boss duel in a nutshell, doesn't it?
Heel arrow. There, how's that?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever struggled this badly against this boss before. But then again, I've never really used March before, ever. I mean, I only used her for the purposes of getting those extra combos and ensuring that everyone could get their harmony chains up, that they could have stronger attacks, and this strategy has gone all the way out the window. It is just completely lost and gone.
There, how's that?
I just hope I can beat this thing. It is staggered, but considering my luck and the way things have been going, Snow Puff Cookie this time. Kill it. Alright. Pound away there, Beat. Gotta do it to keep us alive. And it's not dead yet. This guy's a real one-track mind, ain't he? And heal arrow again. Yeah, so helpful. Unfortunately, it couldn't save poor March, which is a crying shame. And this boss duel is over, minus March. So, Beat will get an experience level, and he'll get up to 32. And he'll also get to over 10,000, and he'll also obtain the skill Vital Drain. Ah, but poor March. Yeah, I mentioned this about her being risk-reward. And we definitely saw that holding true, so we now switch over to Allegretto. So this is Polka's village, huh? Country towns don't get much more laid back than this. And so, let's go and meet with the family, I guess. Oh, good evening. What brings you to our village at this time of the night? Hello. I'm looking for a girl named Polka. I see. So then you're one of the people that Polka has been traveling with. Huh? But how did you... It's nice to meet you. I'm Solfege, Polka's mother. Nice to meet you, ma'am. I'm Allegretto. I know it must be inconvenient for you sometimes, but please look after my little girl. Oh no, she's the one who looks after us. But you don't have to worry. I'll make sure that Polka stays safe. Oh my. Well, it's nice to know I can count on you, Allegretto. My Polka hasn't always had an easy life, but I think that traveling with all of you has made her very happy. Excuse me, but Polka's illness, it's pretty serious, isn't it? Yes, but Polka's illness is a little bit different from that of other magic users. What do you mean? Allegretto, do you know what astras are? Astras? You mean those things in the fairy tales? Yes, many believe them to be the stuff of fairy tales. But astras are quite real. We all hold a jewel within our hearts. What does that have to do with Polka? Polka has an astra that shines brighter than anyone else's in the whole world. Because of it, she must live her life chained to a tragic fate. And someday, she will sacrifice her life to protect the one she holds dear. Sacrifice her life? There's no way I'd let her do something like that. I don't wish to lose her either. But I don't think we can fight fate. Who cares about fate anyway? Whoa, why are you getting so angry at Polka's mother? Thank you, Allegretto. You should be able to find Polka in the flower field. Yeah, I think that the first impression just went sour. So, flower field is supposed to be close by. I can only remember to where. Come on, flower field, where are you? Work with me here. Alright, over here is where it is. It's up here. And so, time for a couple of prolonged cutscenes. So we find Miss Polka in her robin's egg blue, observing the moonlit sky. She has a lot on her mind, obviously. And here comes Prince Charming. Oh, come on, just talk to her.
Hi, Allegretto.
Hey, I came to get you, Polka.
Oh, thank you. Where are the others?
Don't worry about those guys. I left them with a really important job to do back in Retardondo.
Yeah, one that you shirked on.
We're gonna be heading off to Baroque on the first ship that sails tomorrow morning.
And so now it's time for these two to get some alone time together.
So this is what my town looks like from far away, huh?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Wow. From way up here, it actually looks really beautiful.
Oh?
Yeah, when you're down there, it's all cluttered and noisy, and the streets are dirty. The reality isn't nearly as peaceful.
No, I guess not.
Oh, I see.
But I guess this is how you see it all the time, huh? Wow. I gotta admit, it's not too shabby.
It's strange. I seem to remember the view being much more beautiful when I was younger, even though there weren't nearly as many lights then as there are now.
Oh, really? Oh yeah, of course. I know I used to look prettier.
Why is that?
You do?
Take a look at the sky.
Oh, the stars, of course. Yeah, you don't see as many of them.
Oh,
Back when the lights from the town weren't so bright, I bet you could see way more stars.
And that can be attributed to living in any city or
As the town
town.
got brighter, and you could see fewer and fewer stars. Maybe that's when the view started to get a little less beautiful.
the stars. Yes, you're right. I think that must be what it is.
Crazy that this realization only comes to her now with the assistance of Allegretto.
Polka. How are you, how's your health and all? I mean, are you feeling okay these days?
Yeah, because these two have been separated for quite some time.
I enjoy myself so much when I'm with all of you. Sometimes I even forget I have this illness. You know, I've been thinking about it a lot. And if I couldn't use magic, I don't think I would have ever felt this desire to go out and help other people like this. If that had been the case, I would have never set out on this journey. And I probably would have never had the chance to meet you.
A strange irony, isn't it?
You really think so?
I know so. That's why I'm so grateful to have been given these powers.
Well, it's good that you're finally seeing them on the bright side. Allegretto doesn't think so, though.
What's the matter?
I mean, it's fine and all to want to do things for others, but Polka, come on. Shouldn't you really be thinking a little bit more about yourself?
What?
You know, don't be afraid to speak up about the things you want to do and the places you want to see.
But I'm fine, Allegretto. Being able to travel around with all of you, that's enough for me.
Why do you say things like that?
Oh, this is distressing
You may
him.
not have that much time left to live. I'm sorry. I just...
No, it's okay.
This is all so frustrating. More than anything, I don't want to let you die. But what the heck can I do? If I knew, I would do it.
Well, it definitely is not mineral powder, that's for sure.
So sorry.
What for?
Well, I had no idea you'd been worrying about me this much.
Well, everyone else did.
For some reason, knowing that actually makes me feel kind of happy.
Oh yeah? Are you gonna stand up?
Maybe I should just jump off this cliff right now. Then maybe a new life would be waiting for me. A life without sickness and fear.
Yeah, remember
Wait,
what
Polka, don't!
Sylphege recommended that Polka do back in episode
What's
1?
the matter, Allegretto? You look so shaken. Did you think I'd really jump off?
Oh, you just instilled a thought in his mind.
I have long to live. I'm not gonna do something as stupid as that.
Yeah, and that little flash you saw,
But thank you anyway
well,
for wanting to stop.
it was something that goes back to episode 1.
Polka,
All right. How about I have my special rock make the jump for me? It can go in my place. Please, let it go all the way to the sea.
And so, Miss Polka throws her petrified snail off into the great blue yonder.
what did you throw?
My special treasure. It's just a rock with a strange shape. But it's the perfect thing to take my place, don't you think?
I guess that would make sense.
Oh, it was just a rock? That was your treasure? Actually, that reminds me. I found a rock with a weird shape today at the shore by Retardando. Here.
Now here's a weird thing. Another petrified snail.
Keep it. Hold on to this one in place of the one you threw away.
Yeah, it looks like just the same one.
I'm sure this one is much more unusual. Look how weird the shape is.
Yeah, Polka's just absolutely shocked. Like, how can this be? How can there be two petrified snails that look exactly the same?
Don't throw this one away, okay? After all, it's the first gift I've ever given to a girl. Well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow morning in the harbor. Don't be late getting to the ship.
Yeah, like, how could this possibly happen?
Could it really just be a coincidence?
How did the stone I throw away end up coming right back to me?
There are two rocks like this with the same strange shape. No, this is definitely the exact same one.
Oh, really?
It's been mine forever. There's no way I could be wrong about it. The weight, the feel, everything is identical.
Crazy, isn't it?
But that means that Allegretto somehow picked it up on the beach before I threw it away.
Yeah, how can that make any sense?
That rock wasn't my treasure because it was unusual. It was my treasure because I received it from someone I love.
So you do feel it for him.
And now, Allegretto's given me a rock that has the exact same shape. Does that mean... a treasure that I received from someone I loved. A treasure that was from Allegretto.
And so now to our next Frédéric Chopin biography piece, entitled Nocturne. And this will bring us to the end of the episode. So let's go ahead and learn more about this piece. This is a work composed around 1830, when Chopin was 20 years old. In November of this year, the November uprising took place in Warsaw, and Chopin left the country just before the chaos. This piece might have been one Chopin composed prior to that, while he was still in Warsaw. Well, who knows how many pieces he could have composed during his time in Poland. Chopin himself escaped the fires of the November uprising because he was in Austria, something that we had already established back in Chapter 2 of the storyline, but many of his family members and friends remained in the chaos of Warsaw. And it can't be easy to leave behind all the people you knew and loved, knowing you'll never see them again. As a Polish citizen, Chopin had wanted to stay with them and fight. He must have been frustrated by his inability to do so. Yeah, how could you not? It is hard to imagine that Chopin could have written so sweet a melody while experiencing such emotions. Yeah, but it's said that the most beautiful works of art ever have been made as a result of anger. From this composition, we feel something that conjures an image of Chopin's heart, as peaceful and fulfilled. Perhaps that reason what lay with Konstancja Gładkowska, a woman for whom Chopin had a secret affection. So obviously this was in the days before Georges Sand. Konstancja attended the same music school as Chopin, and was training to become a singer. An operetta of sorts, perhaps? Chopin was able to confess his love for her, and spent nearly a year feeling this unrequited love. Yeah, how many of us in the world have had that experience? An unrequited love. The two of them suddenly grew close just before Chopin left Warsaw. Strange ironies. You get what you're looking for just before it gets taken away from you. They performed a piece together from Rossini's musical La Donna del Lago to great success. Konstancia's voice blended with Chopin's piano and reverberated throughout the concert hall. It must have given Chopin a feeling of connection to Konstancja, as well as a dreamlike experience that he never wanted to end. Chopin is called the poet of the piano. Well, from the music we've heard so far, it's not hard to understand why. But if we look inside his heart, he was just a normal 20-year-old young man, with a not-so-normal gift at playing the piano, as demonstrated. Perhaps Chopin was simply more skilled at expressing his true feelings through the piano.